Hey, what's going on? I am here today with something new, something different. Today is going to be a podcast. So, me and my buds, we were just playing some BO4. We were playing some zombies, going for dark matter, doing camos, the big grind, and all that. And we started getting into a debate, a discussion about what zombies maps or games were good, what were bad. And I was like, you know what? There's probably a lot of controversy about this, and not many people might care, but I was like, fuck it, let's make a podcast about it, have some gameplay in the background. We talk about Treyarch zombies, Infinity Ward zombies, World War II zombies, all the Call of Duties, Black Ops, not Black Ops, Aether, Chaos. We talk about all that, good points, bad points, what's good about it, bad about it, and what we think is the best and what zombies is going to be like in the future. And we did that for about an hour, and I hope you guys enjoy, and let's just get right into it.
I'd rather you share your opinions.
Alright, I'm good. You can unpause.
Fuck. Okay. Well, like, what do you think about it? Okay, so World at War, it was something that was unheard of at the time. They fucking took a chance with Noct, obviously, and it, I guess, paid off because people really dig that shit. I'm sure you fucking liked Noct when it first came out, right?
Of course.
You know, most people do, even though there's no perks and shit.
Yeah.
And then they upscaled it, I guess. They decided to add perks and all that shit. And they were like, here, we're gonna figure out this formula and fucking make it, you know, where it is at the time. And people were enjoying it, except for Varrock. I don't know why everyone just shits on Varrock out of the World of War maps.
I love to rock.
I like Varrock too. It's such a fun map. Although Varrock spinners are another issue, I will get to that another day.
Alright, go on.
So then you got Shinonuma, and people fucking took that shit and just blew it out the water when it came to, like, you know, playing and how fucking zombies mechanics actually worked. You know, fucking 24 zombies per round. That was kind of a weird ass mechanic. I guess it just sped up the game. And then you got Darius. And then you got Darius, which introduced the Pack-a-Punch. Cool, that was a big ass milestone. That was like,
yeah.
Oh my god,
fan favorite.
everyone loved Darius, and fucking that's why World at War is considered one of the better zombies experience, even though you technically slow down when you get hit, and everyone just didn't like that part aspect of it.
That
PPSH MG42.
Oh yeah, the PPSH. I've never actually used the PP in World at War.
After
I started in
it's all said
BO1.
and done with all the mods. People love
Oh,
World at
dude.
War.
Oh yeah, custom
Modded
zombies
maps,
was the
custom
greatest thing to
maps.
happen to fucking zombies. Like, not
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
lie. But after that, then they were like, how are we gonna innovate and make changes to make the game better? Then they came out with Black Ops 1 and added the zombies mode. And instead of having one map at launch, they had 3, which was another innovation that they decided was pretty fucking cool, I guess. I mean, I never really liked 5. 5 was not a fan favorite for me.
Fucking love it.
But Kino and Dead Ops, pretty
Ooh, that's a good
solid
point.
solid
Dead Ops
entries into the
Arcade,
series.
That's a very good point.
Then you got BO2. BO2 is a hit or miss for most people, and for me. I don't like Transit, never will like Transit. Transit can suck my left nut.
Okay, that's respectable.
I don't know what you're
Then
talking
you
I
got-
like it.
I
I like the idea of a like a bus route that I can get on and take me to different spots.
They just needed to design it better. The whole whatever their
fucking lava was everywhere, which is understandable because we just blew up the Earth.
the denizens.
The denizens can just castrate themselves. I don't give a shit. That was a hit or miss. That was when I guess I would consider the downfall of
Well,
zombies.
not really the
was-
downfall. It was more like a hiccup because they were trying to make it to where all 4 maps of that crew were interlinked and the Easter eggs for each of those maps were connected, and you had to do
Because like
next.
you've got 2 great maps and then 2 shitter maps. Because
that
very
was
few
them
people
experimenting.
actually like Transit and Die Rise.
Yeah, but that was just them experimenting. trying to figure out, okay, what works, what doesn't. And then after that, people are like, oh shit, people don't really like transit, don't really like that crew.
And then shocker, we actually do like the group.
Oh yeah.
I
And
bought
then you
ammo
had
stall.
but also you have
I could have popped the.
Wasn't-
Oh
It's fine.
wait, question.
No.
Yeah.
Elixirs.
Yes, every round. It's a round refresh thing. So you're
So
not
I
gonna
would-
get it until we die,
That's a big shame. Okay. Well,
or until we use our max ammos, which will be in 400 some bullets. So what really leads you? What really leads you to disliking Black Ops 4? Is it mechanic based? Is it
not only Black Ops
just
4,
Chaos
how
Crew?
much they've changed to try to make it interesting, but it ends up making it worse for the player.
Like what?
Like when you think
So-
about it, all the games up until now have never had this health bar. You know, you never really
Right.
had specialist weapons that basically made it so you could go to pretty much infinitely high rounds. I don't really like the idea of a repack ability because that basically means just infinite damage at this point.
Well,
So you run out of
So that's
ammo.
why BO3 was kind of a for me, because like people could just fucking cruise to round 255 and break the fucking
Ow.
game because that's the 255 is the cap, obviously.
No, what
Once
I'm
you get
saying-
to that point,
no,
your
what I'm
game
saying is,
crashes
like,
for resets.
in BO3 there was no damage increase off of double pack. It was just alternate ammo.
No, the repack abilities did infinite damage. Therefore, you could, if it procced enough,
Not
you could eventually
necessarily.
kill the zombies.
Not necessarily, because
No, yes, that is
remember
definitely how it worked.
the Thunder Wave. Thunder Wave was definitely infinite. Fireworks was infinite, but some of them, as like what's the electro wire, whatever it's called.
Kilowatt?
Yeah, kilowatt and this, but
It's
in
not
BO3
kilowatt, but
yeah,
the
in
same
It
BO3
was.
idea.
It was the same idea.
In BO3, it would stun them and it wouldn't completely kill them. Only some of them did infinite damage.
I think Firebomb,
And I think that if you got
Firebomb,
to a certain
Thunderwall, and
point-
Brain Rot, or whatever turned, I guess it was, yeah, turned. Those were the ones that fucking made it so that you could fucking do stupid easy, like, round 255 if you had the time and patience to do it. That's pretty
unless
much
it
why
was-
BO3
unless
and
you've seen
BO4...
Unless you've seen video proof, I still think that at some point. I do not think it did infinite. But that's just
Turned is the only thing that really turned in Blast Furnace. Those really did kind of, because at any round those will one hit.
Yeah, but you gotta admit, with the whole Easter eggs, like BO3 was prime for Easter eggs and.
Now, Easter eggs are a whole
engaging
nother
maps.
topic for what, like, enjoyability
Yeah, but
of
that's
it, because
but that's a part of zombies. Thing.
it wasn't until, like, Derice that it started really becoming prevalent.
What,
So
Easter eggs?
Yeah, like actual like Easter eggs that actually got you
like
shit.
steps
Yeah.
and
Ascension.
story.
Ascension. That's
Ascension
where
was the
it
first
all
full
came.
scale Easter egg. I mean the fly traps, I consider that an Easter egg because you know, shoot it with a pack-a-punch weapon, you get your shit, I guess, or you find the fucking bears and shit.
But we're talking about
Cool.
like zombie games.
If we're talking about like elaborate Easter eggs, yes,
no, we're not talking
Ascension
about
was
that. We're
the
talking
first.
about all together. We're talking about all together zombie games. That includes alternate ammo types. That includes Easter eggs. That includes storyline. That includes everything. I'm not gonna single one thing out and decide a game is bad because of it.
But so I kind of went off on a tangent there a little bit. So, World of War
Yeah.
was the base, right?
Yep.
Cool. BO1 and BO2. Oh shit, I'm about to die actually. BO1 and BO2, they added a little bit to make it interesting, but it was still the same formula. BO3 changed, took like they freaking added gums, which you know,
I
it's kind of
thought it was spectacular.
Yeah. Gobblegums.
I will
thought
say I
was-
prefer the Gobblegum, the way the Gobblegums mechanic works, but over the elixirs.
yeah,
I
it
wanna be able
was
to spin
cool,
for it.
but it changed the core aspect of what zombies was. You fighting a bunch of zombies.
Yeah,
with
but you could
the
also
fucking
say
weapons
the
on
same.
the wall in the box. and the Pack-a-Punch.
Yeah, but you could also say the same thing about perks. But then people decided, oh, perks are fucking amazing.
Yeah,
Perks
but
help
when I
me.
can pop
Yeah.
but when I can pop a perkaholic and get all the perks on the map, that totally negates the fucking 4 perk limit
See, the
and
thing
ruins
is,
what
people-
strategy and shit.
That's why it's an ultra rare.
Yeah, but the thing is, there's also the point of you have a choice whether you want to pop it or not. You have a choice whether if that's fun for you or if you'd rather not use it at all and have fun. It's all a choice based on what the player wants to do.
But for BO4, they got rid of multiple fan favorite perks. They changed the perk system altogether, which I don't agree with. I don't really like this whole.
They didn't get rid of them. Still
They got rid of Jug. They got rid of Jug. Don't fucking tell me that they didn't get rid of Jug when it's not in the game.
But you start with 4 hit points, which is the same as
You're forgetting that when this game first launched, they didn't have that. The only reason why they have that now is because we complained about it, and so they were like, "Here, we're just gonna patch the game so you have 200 hit points instead of 150 when you first start in."
Yeah, but you could also choose to have 200 or to play it harder. You have different difficulties, which give you more or less health.
And now you have the ability to use different perks as well.
Yeah, you have more.
They've actually helped. They've freed up.
Yeah, they've freed up.
If anything, they gave us 2 extra free perks, which is we basically get 6 perks a game.
Because if you have all 4, then you have Speed Cola.
Well, 7. Yeah.
Yeah, if 7. You have all 4, you get Speed Cola. If you play on normal, you have.
It's only for certain tonic perks, though. No, not every tonic perk has speed reload.
Yes, it does. If
you if you have all 4, it unlocks Speed Cola, the speed reload. Yeah.
No matter what.
But I don't agree with the perk change. I really didn't like it when it first launched. It's just kind of grown on me, I guess, because I'm so used to it now. But like, I think Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, World at War, those were the tried and true, like, if you wanted a zombies experience, those were it. Now, if you wanted something that was more, akin to, like, the more hardcore, I guess, person, BO3 and BO4 with their whole ass elaborate Easter eggs and being able to customize which perks go where, but this just doesn't feel like zombies as much.
Now what's your problem with people trying to make spin-offs, trying to change stuff up? Like
now
with
Infinite Warfare and Advanced Warfare.
What about World War II? Get that. Everyone agrees Exo Zombies was shit.
I forgot about World War II.
Everyone agrees Exo Zombies was shit.
Maybe it wasn't that memorable. I don't know. But
Infinite Warfare, World War II,
there were some
pretty good spin-offs. They made it to where it wasn't just the same shit, different day. When it came to making.
I still remember the Spaceland trailer.
Oh yeah,
pretty memorable.
I still remember completing.
My issue with
the alien was OP as shit.
My issue with like Exo Zombies and Infinite Warfare Zombies is that I felt like Treyarch had a monopoly on that shit. Like, they were the ones that made zombies, therefore they should have the rights to that game mode. I mean, obviously they don't, because you can't just copyright a game mode. That's just kind of dumb. But when these fucking other developers that are, they're under the same umbrella and whatnot, because the cycle and whatnot, but they honestly just took something that was good and kind of fucked with it to try to make it their own,
Right.
Well, you can say
Infinite Warfare, the game is too fucking wacky. It is not serious in the slightest when it's compared to like Treyarch Zombies. Like, fucking pretty much the map is like disheveled and like, fucking there's zombies that are fucking covered in blood and shit. I mean, it has a tone that is set, and I think it should have stick to that. But nope, you got Spaceland, Attack of the Radioactive Thing, and all those maps that are like just too bright and colorful and fucking trying to be something that it's not.
But I think that's what most people enjoyed about the game as well, is that it didn't take itself too seriously.
It was just something to fuck around with, have fun. But if you're going by that logic,
It was someone's dream project. It was Lee Ross's first time to shine in
I think he fucking killed it.
his game mode. He was like, "Oh, I got," they probably
And
called him and they're
then
like, "Hey, make a zombies game mode because people love zombies." And he's like, "All right, I've been thinking about it. I could definitely lead a zombies." And he fucking, in my opinion, knocked it out of the park.
And the thing about that is, if you're going by that logic, they just took something and made it their own and fucked it up. The same could be said about the whole battle royale bullshit that's been going on with
that's why I only
PUBG.
like certain battle royales.
With
I
PUBG,
can't.
then came Fortnite, then came Apex, and now they're popping up like flies. Even Call of Duty's adapted to it.
Unfortunately,
it's
Call of Duty's
popular.
following along in the footsteps of trying to appeal to the mainstream.
Just because it's popular, and just because the original was good doesn't mean that it's gonna be the only.
Yes, but when you
Say-
have to compare
say
something to
zombies-
something that was already done, I do not, by any circumstance, I judge fucking remakes and copies harder than I do original works. So Zombies, Treyarch, that's all their own work, obviously. So Infinite Warfare, when that came out, and when Advanced Warfare came out with Exo Zombies after, God knows, fucking, like, I was gonna judge it more harshly, and it just did not live up to what Zombies should have been.
Well, see, the
Why
thing
would you
about
judge
that
it more
is-
harshly?
Yeah,
Because it's their project. It's their project as well. It's their first time doing that shit. That was Infinity Ward's first shot at zombies.
Yeah, and I think they messed it up.
See, but then you're
Did
saying
you
you
play
don't want
through
to
all of
judge.
How much did you play? Did you even first map?
I've played through the first 2 DLCs, but that was about it. And I played it on my friend's Xbox One whenever I'd go visit him during school.
I just feel like you can't really judge something and call it shit. Because what if Infinite Warfare came out before Treyarch did zombies, and that was
If that was the case, then I would judge Treyarch's versions to that version. I'm not a hypocrite when it comes to that.
No. But what I'm saying is, you're only judging it so harshly, and you're only judging it off of that based on what was the original. If the opposite was true, if Infinity War,
I would judge Treyarch's the same scrutiny as I do Infinite Warfare and Advanced Warfare.
But would you have the same opinion that you do if
Probably. If I was accustomed to Infinite Warfare's wacky zany bullshit first, then I'd probably be like, this is a little weird for me. I don't really like it. It's not good in my opinion.
I need a max ammo.
I can't pop mine. Sorry, bud.
I know. I'm Torch Schaefer.
But
And then World War II zombies, like that shit was pretty good for. Oh shit! I'm about to die. Get out of my face. That shit was pretty good. Like, I'm not gonna lie, because it was dark. It kind of kept the same kind of crap,
Grungy.
except grungy. It was true to what Treyarch Zombies was in its prime, which is why I enjoyed it a lot.
debatable.
Now, the one thing I don't agree with was the Geist Shield shit. Do I really have to buy Jug, or I guess 3 extra armor points every single fucking time I get clapped? Nah, I should only have to buy that shit once, and then that's it. But nope. They're like, yep, you gotta buy it every time, and it gets increased in more price every single time you buy it.
See, the thing about World War II is it's kind of like BO4. It has all the different perks, all the different add-ons you can get to customize what you bring. You get to customize like what you get with multiple options. You customize what you
That's
and
why
then
I think
and then it also
BO3
has
is.
the activate.
I mean, yeah, it has the power-ups things, but that was never really a forefront when I played it. Like, I didn't even know those existed until like the second DLC came around, and I was like, oh, that's a thing. But I mean, being able to just fucking zoom through levels because you've got overpowered gobblegums, or fucking, I guess, changing mechanics the way they've always been. It's not really. I guess you could say I'm comforted by tradition instead of embracing change like most people want. Which is why I think BO3 is probably a happy medium between
Well,
the
BO3
zombies that I enjoy
BO3 is
and the ones that y'all enjoy.
BO3 is in my best song. I played BO3 for over 2,000
I like BO2. It has a special place in my heart for being one of my favorite
everyone likes
zombies.
BO2. Everyone if you like zombies, more or less you've played Origins, you love it. But I just love what they did with BO3. The long storyline, maps, perfect.
And then obviously, okay, now we got to get onto the story aspect of the games.
Oh, because
Infinite Warfare, they were making movies. Like, what? That was the whole premise of that? Making movies?
What about Call of the Dead, dog? What about Call of the Dead?
It was Willard Wyler, right? And he was a relatively evil guy who deals with the devil and shit like that. Or Mephistopheles to be, well, he is Meph, but he was making deals. He was making deals with, you know, a darker force and sucking people into these movies to sort of like
offer them up as a sacrifice or some shit.
Basically, to offer them up as a sacrifice. There's a deeper meaning behind what it is. There's a deeper meaning behind it. And to fix my meaning, it was kind of funny to see that Lee Ross
you lost your perks.
It was kind of funny to see that Lee Ross was Meph. I thought that was funny.
I thought that was brilliant. But the whole with Treyarch Zombies,
so
you basically have to read a book. You basically have to read a whole book if you want to understand every single part of it. But with, say, Infinite Warfare or World War II Zombies, it's just that.
Yeah, it's easier to digest and it's easier to understand. But the problem is that with BO1, World at War, BO1, BO2, like, that was a pretty decent story for zombies. Like, cool, some Nazi assholes were doing experiments. Oh, some random assholes were doing experiments. Now we've got an outbreak of zombies.
Then
cool. Now in BO3, fucking, now there's multiverses and shit hit the fan, and now everything's all complicated and shit when it didn't need to be. It didn't need to be this complicated.
Well, see, then
but yet Treyarch decided.
If it didn't need to be that complicated, where would you have taken the story?
I was about to say, what would you do with 10 years of
what would you do
without repeating?
If Origins never happened.
I mean, it kind of kicked me in the gut when I found out that fucking, it's all just pretend? ? That's what the first time I witnessed Origins ending, I was like, so it was all just a story.
So then what was your reaction to the ending of 9?
Like,
when they get decapitated.
I was like, so what was the point of going? What was the point of inhaling the fucking gas if you're just gonna get your head chopped off? They did everything they were supposed to. They fucking passed the trials and shit, and they get kicked in the ball sack and get called a bitch.
Yeah.
That's essentially how I felt. Like, it was not fun.
My girl Scarlet calling out that Nova McNotum. We need that clemency.
Nope, psych. That's the wrong number.
Nope, psych.
But
that's the whole thing about like.
But yeah, like, and also, whose idea was it to focus on the Chaos story and leave the Aether to kind of be sidelined for like the first two DLCs?
After Revelations, where would you have taken it? They saved everything. They put the Apothicons back in their fucking place. Where would you have taken it next?
That's the problem, though. BO3 did not need to happen lore-wise. It really didn't. They could have left it at Origins, and it would have been like, so the whole thing was just a fucking story. That's it. Cool beans. It was just the imagination of a child or two children, and that's the end of that.
So then how would they have made more
But then BO3...
How would they have made more games if they didn't?
I would have been perfectly happy if they didn't put zombies in BO3 or BO4. It would not have affected me in the slightest. Now, the problem is that you got all these YouTubers, right? that
Well,
like
and people
feed off
and
of this shit.
no, and millions of people in general that just play zombies because it's fun and
And so they
so
want reiterations of it.
yeah, and this company
New engines come out.
yeah, so the company needs to find a way to expand the story, or else it'll just die off. And what are they supposed to do? Retire it? Retire Richtofen? Retire all of them?
Well, with the ending of Origins, it kind of tied itself up. Like, it literally just said, essentially, that this is a fucking story. That is it.
Okay, yeah.
They could have left it at that.
So then
they could have stopped at Black Ops 2. That would have been it. Now, if they made a Black Ops 3, they could have started a new story. Or with, like, they could have fucking, I don't know, put more effort into the fucking Chaos story.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They started a new story, and how'd that work out for their fan base?
People got picky and bitchy, and they
how
fucking...
did Transit work out for their fan base?
Hit or miss.
Transit wasn't... It didn't have a shit story. It didn't have shit characters. It was just a shit map altogether. The mechanics of the map were shit. That's why I didn't like it. That's why most people don't like it.
They tried to... That's why they stretched out
because people enjoy that storyline.
Yeah, because Aether was hot shit. It was the best of the best. It was interesting. People played it.
Yeah, but you have to think Aether didn't exist until Chaos existed. But we didn't know it was considered the Aether storyline until
we just knew it was
BO4.
We just knew it was because see, the thing about that is they had the Aether storyline back when they introduced Transit Crew as well, and people were like, "Oh, we like this storyline better."
Not really, because BO2 picks up right after Black Ops 1 Zombies, like the whole, shebang.
Yeah.
Well, so they intertwine the two crews as well.
You don't really interact with Nikolai, Dempsey, and Takio during the entirety of Black Ops 2's timeline. You fuck with Maxis and Richthofen. That's it. So that's the connection.
But then they made
Stuhlinger hears Richthofen's voice.
They said, okay, people are starting to dig the whole demon, man's from above, picking sides. So why don't we make these two characters, Maxis and Richthofen, into their own story? Let's elongate, zombies maps. Let's make more. Let's add more story to it. Give people more games.
Guess what? During Buried, either Richthofen or Maxis wins, depending on which side. But obviously, the canon side is Maxis. Everyone knows that. If they had just left it at the end of BO2, then it would have been closed off.
Well, see,
perfectly
the thing about
fine.
that is they introduced Richthofen and all of them with Origins, and they were like, "Oh shit, the dude that's in this other storyline has his own." And they started.
I think Origins started the whole multiverse shit.
No, Origins started BO3. Origins was like the stepping stone to BO3. But the whole thing is, they left us with the cliffhanger because now this voice that we've been hearing, that we've known from other maps, real person, with a real agenda, with a real mission.
Well, I mean, obviously, if you've played BO1, you know who Richthofen and Maxis are in BO2. It's really not that hard, Schaefer. I don't know why you're acting like the people who've played BO2 never touched the other games. Like,
no, but BO2 introduced them as their own characters and their own.
They've always been their own characters, and they've always had their own agenda.
I'm talking about the playable characters.
Richthofen was playable in all of BO1.
What are you looking like on ammo, Schaefer?
Your points are irrelevant, Schaefer. Again, BO2 was like cool. Richthofen's in, Stuhlinger's head. Everyone, we know that. So freaking Richtofen's in Stuhlinger's head, and Maxis is speaking through them through the fucking radio shits because he's stupid. Now, depending on, I guess, which side you pick, you're going to either side with Maxis or Richthofen. Both endings end pretty badly. So I guess when Origin came around, they brought back the crew, but they put them in a previous timeline or whatever, and then ended with that cliffhanger. Like I said, they could have left that cliffhanger there and been like, "Oh yeah, the whole thing was just a story. There's nothing more to go off of it." Yeah, probably some people would be upset.
Well, most
I
people would.
personally, yeah, the people that thrive off of zombies and like use it for fucking financial gain.
Well,
Pretty much every zombies YouTuber.
Treyarch uses it for financial.
I don't use it for financial gain.
And
Do you make zombies content
so out of
I
all
make
the
the
people,
I
and
make
try to
the
dig
side-
into every little nook and cranny of a zombies map to find every little ounce of detail for a
All right,
video that will get
name
maybe
how many of
3.5
those?
million views?
How many people do that? How many people do that?
Mr. Darlic JD,
On enough
Mr. Waffle Waffles,
on a big enough scale, how many people do that?
Mr. T-Lexify.
All right,
They have
compare that
fucking
to
milked
people.
this series
20,
dry.
maybe 20, 25 people out of like 6 million.
Yeah,
Billions,
compare that-
actually, probably.
Yeah, compare that to people who play the game, create Reddit, create articles, create.
I don't know,
tons
but when you
of
got
fan
people
art,
that
create
have
tons of
such an
stuff.
influence like that complain saying, "Hey, this doesn't feel right," or "This doesn't sit right,"
Okay,
then you're gonna have all the
Well-
fanboys and followers. Schaefer, let me speak. Then you're gonna
Hold on
have the
before you finish that.
fanboys
Do you need max
and the
ammo yet?
fangirls are all going to fucking rally up behind him and complain the exact same thing. And that's why, fucking devs listen to that shit, because popular content creators are making these gripes and then everyone else is just following along behind.
Well, the thing about that is, if it was just 25 or so people, they're a multi-billion-dollar company. They don't have to do what those 25, 30 people have to say, but they do it because they know everyone who watches them, everyone that who is them, everyone who knows about them is gonna play the shit out of the game. Like, if it's just 25 people, multi-billion-dollar companies don't have to continue something that they don't feel like doing. They do it because they know that their audience and that their viewers, like their target audience, is gonna play the shit out of whatever they release next.
But yeah, I digress. The whole fucking BO3, BO4 storyline became really fucking complicated for no fucking reason. That's one of the reasons why I don't really like it. That's why BO2 is my favorite, is because it was simple. You got evil dude, and then you gotta pick between the lesser of two evils, and that was pretty much the moral dilemma that I had as a child. And then you've got BO3, which is like, oh, now we gotta collect souls. Let's do it. Fucking collect souls. Cool. And then Dr. Monty showed up and he's like, oh yeah, I created the universe, kind of, not really. I'm not familiar with BO3's storyline all that much, because I mean, I've watched the cutscenes obviously, but I can't really make much of it. But then you got the whole thing with the whole Agarthans, and then you've got fucking two versions of Earth apparently, and then shit. No! Get off me, bitch! Okay.
Proceeds to down.
Yeah, and then you've got fucking BO4, which is essentially to say the characters are trying to right the wrongs of BO3. Because, apparently we fucked up by, collecting our souls and
The blood vials.
using the blood vials and all that shit, and, making paradoxes and shit. Like, who wants to fucking think about paradoxes? The normal average zombies player does not want to think about paradoxes, but yet they made it such a big fucking deal in fucking BO4.
Normal average zombies players are into all the, oh shit, this happened, oh shit, what did they do?
How do you know that though?
Because anyone who
because I know for a fact that I may have liked the game, right? But I'm not into a lore heavy game like this, or at least I wasn't back when I first started.
Anyone who is invested in zombies, played all the Black Ops games, done all the East, is more or not interested in how they get there, and have at least once looked up like storyline.
Yes, but that's not your average player. If it's an average player,
it takes a certain type of player to get to play zombies. An average
But if you're
player,
invested, you're not average. So
yeah,
why are you bringing that up?
because
I said average players.
there aren't just average players. There aren't people who go to round 20 like, oh, I'm done. There aren't people who go to round 20 just shoot zombies, pack punch, like, oh, I'm done. I'm like, that's all I need to do. People like to know things. People like to figure things out. Because average players aren't
they saw that
zombies
people
players.
enjoyed. They saw that people enjoyed the radios that they placed around.
Average players don't play zombies.
Yeah, it was cool to find lore every once in a while, but now it pretty much revolves around you knowing the lore and what you're supposed to be doing. The Easter eggs have gotten significantly more complicated over the years, I would say. Maybe not so much between Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4 because they were both pretty complicated. But as an average run-of-the-mill zombies player, when I first started playing this game series, I was just like, what the fuck is going on? Why are there zombies after me? Now I'm scared out of my asshole because I'm like 10 years old and fucking shitting myself because these zombies are coming at me at 10 o'clock at night. That was my first experience with zombies. I didn't even get past round 9 on Kino because I was too scared to fucking move past like the second door.
Dogs. Talk about BO1 dogs.
Everybody had that experience.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
It's just this game is trying really hard to be innovative when it really didn't need to be.
They wanted to keep it fresh for people.
They wanted to keep it interesting, engaging, and not just be a same zombies mode over and over.
If you enjoyed zombies, then you wouldn't have that issue, right?
There's people that love running around in circles for fucking hours, shoot using an Essex for shits and giggles. So I mean, it really is just based on the majority. That's all they care about.
That's all any company cares about. What's gonna make them tons of fucking money? And if that means making up some shit out of their ass that elongates their storyline for 6 more maps, then they'll fucking do it. They will go to.
If they're gonna make one of their characters fucking kill their friends. Okay,
they're gonna make one of their friends homosexual and just
yeah, they're gonna make just to appease their target audience.
Nikolai's gay, confirmed.
Wasn't Richtofen the one that?
Nah, Richtofen's a necrophiliac. It's fine.
No, it was definitely Richtofen because Nikolai talks about his third wife all the goddamn time.
Yes, he was definitely touching Dempsey's lever for sure.
Listen, Nikolai's gay. J.K. Rowling said so.
There you go.
But those are really the main points as to why I don't really like Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4. Because they just changed so fucking much for no reason. Or at least it felt like no reason to me. Everything was fine the way it was, and then they were like, we're gonna try something new, and it didn't really work out for me. And Infinite Warfare could just go and die in a trash hole because that game is just stupid. That whole game as a whole is just stupid.
I loved Advanced Warfare multiplayer.
Advanced Warfare and Infinite Warfare need to die.
I love the Infinite Warfare zombies and Advanced Warfare player. If they would have made a combination there, it would have been a great game.
Wow, guys, thanks.
What?
Jordan, you got anything else you want to say on the matter?
No.
I mean, I'm up for y'all's, opinion, I guess. But well, I mean, it doesn't really change.
I've always liked zombies. I've always liked doing the Easter eggs. I'm not.
You know what?
I'm not a type of player who just goes into a zombies game solo without a goal. I'm not the type of player that'll just go in, kill zombies, get pack a punch, and sit there high round. God knows how.
I mean, technically, you're doing that right now, Dad.
Unless I'm trying to achieve something, if you would let me finish, God damn it.
But even then, it's like you sort of lose interest.
Yeah, I like playing.
You always push yourself to a goal, but you don't like actually push yourself.
Yeah, I like playing with people. There's multiple involved or trying
So
to
it's not necessarily
Basically,
that there's a
subconsciously, people will be like, "This is the challenge of getting to the highest round possible, or seeing how far I can get." That's subconsciously what you're ultimately doing in zombies. Now,
even when I did the class,
you,
dog,
Schaefer,
holy shit, you're in
and
every
I.
goddamn time.
What?
You interrupt me every goddamn time. Holy
That's because
fuck.
you don't fucking need to shush.
Mhm.
But us three, we're a little bit more invested in the game, obviously, because I have every single fucking Call of Duty since fucking COD 3.
I've had it since Finest Hour.
I have a lot of them. I don't think I have every.
I haven't played
I have
Finest
all
Hour
the
in a long
zombies
ass
ones.
time.
I have all the zombies.
But I started in COD 3 and then started zombies in BO1. I didn't get to play World at War because my parents weren't nice and didn't give me an Xbox 360.
But like,
Which kind of upsetted
I
me,
like
but
doing shit for a purpose or with people. If there's people involved, fuck yeah, I'll play. If like, even when I was doing the classified Easter egg, yeah, I was bored out of my goddamn mind for over 20 hours, but I was doing it with someone at the same time, trying to get a goal completed, just to be like, hey, I did this.
cool, you got to around 50. What more are you gonna do? Oh, go to around 60? Cool, let's see how far I get. That's every zombies player, pretty much. Whether they realize it or not.
Thoughts on our Treyarch zombie head leaving?
Ooh,
Or
what?
air quotes leaving.
Quote.
I didn't even hear about that until like a couple weeks after it happened.
Oh no, man.
And it was like, what? What happened?
They doing a real hit or miss on that, whether their community stay alive or not.
I mean, if the head of zombies, dude, decides to leave and they make another Black Ops with zombies and it flops, that's Treyarch's problem, not my boy. I think it's Blundell, right? Didn't he get fired? Yeah. Or
Zelensky was the first, which is BO1 World at War BO2 halfway BO2.
Why?
Man,
what was the whole situation?
Really be. Yeah, I don't know the whole situation for that. Why did he leave?
See, what I've heard, what I've been leaning on is they're thinking it's his fault that this shit flopped like it did.
Oh, that BO4 flop?
That BO4 flop, they're like, oh, Chaos Crew sort of fucking ruined it. Whose idea was that? Oh, this whole system messed up. You know, we were promised. Like, you remember when we were supposed to get those what was it called? That like season-based thing in zombies with challenges. Factions.
Yeah.
We were promised factions. And we didn't get them. I mean, I remember Blundell specifically saying on like basically release is like, why didn't you give us perk jingles or perk machines? He says I wanted to keep them the same so I can add more perks. You know, he's added like 3 perks in the life cycle.
Oh, BO4?
I'm out of ammo, by the way, Jordan. Ready?
I am too.
Okay, good.
I'm still on my ammo, but I haven't been shooting zombies in this hour and like
I'm gonna go ahead and
5 minutes.
Down.
Oh wait, we already used all of our ammos?
Yeah.
Oh. Bleed out. But that's a dumb decision. They're trying to find someone to blame, but whenever their next game comes out,
of course, blame the head guy, even though the head guy was doing something great.
Jimmy Zelensky was at that heat as well.
Yeah, whenever the next game flops after you hired your head dude back.
Well, the head dude's gonna be probably most likely Lee Ross, so.
Yeah, but
see what we can do there.
Knowing, like, Blundell, honestly, once this next Call of Duty flops, he could start his own just standalone.
If he wanted to.
If he wanted to, he could start a standalone. And people would buy it instantly.
Wait, what the fuck?
People would buy it instantly.
Okay. Does that mean I get more points?
You do get more points.
A little bit.
Little bit. Turn back while you still can. You know, as much shit as I give BO4 and BO3, I still enjoyed the games. Not so much BO4 because BO4 and that shit doo doo.
Your doo doo.
So I
No,
guess here's what
you-
here's what I'll close this out with. With all of this, with all of that out there, what is your expectations for this next Call of Duty? The Vietnam Black Ops Vietnam, or not Black Ops, but it's Call of Duty Vietnam set in the Black Ops universe.
I feel that the zombies is gonna go back to expanding on more of Shangri-La, more of like taking a backtrack. They're probably not gonna come up with anything new unless they're gonna tie it into what has already happened. But I just feel like they're more or less gonna backtrack because they need to have a year with.
I would say let
whoever's
me get
running
all the
zombies.
points, but y'all are not gonna let me get all the points. So
Like I said, interrupting. God damn it!
I'm trying to get the pack-a punch.
But I would just say they're either gonna backtrack or take this Call of Duty to figure out, all right, what the fuck do we need to do before our company dies? Hold on for dear life off of what they already have. Try and make something out of it. That's what
For
I
me,
think is
it's
gonna happen.
like Activision has been shooting themselves in the foot for fucking so many years now that like they really need to make a bomb-ass game with, if it's made by Treyarch, obviously it needs to have zombies in it. It needs to have a kick-ass multiplayer, a kick-ass campaign. I don't want to see this fucking non-campaign having ass fucking.
Specialist intro.
Oh yeah,
Specialist
I'm tired of
HQ.
not having campaigns. That shit was doo-doo. But they need to basically get on their hands and knees and cater to what has worked in the past
Hey,
if they
Jordan.
want to try to salvage anything.
Hey, Jordan, outcome.
Because why break something or why change something that isn't broken?
What? Outcome what?
Go boom.
I guess I'll add a little bit then. I want it focused. I don't want it to hop between two. If you're gonna go chaos, go chaos. If you're gonna go dark ether, go dark ether. I don't want to hop between stories. Seeing some people like get their heads fucking cut off and then now I've got a brand new group of people in a fucking mansion in a party.
Yeah,
I guess it kind of did fill in the gap of Alistair, but that felt very
very
filler?
like filler put together just to take up space, to add it, just to take up a map slot. Nothing really driven, just something to put in the DLC.
I enjoyed the whole nod at the comics and such with the Scepter Raw, like healing Bruno, and that's why Bruno's got his. And that's why Bruno hears the voices.
Yeah, all the little touches they have are mostly good. It's just it was very, very poorly put together. Very top of the like riding off the edge of your seat type of story. Thought, no real complexity. They're just throwing.
How long has this podcast been going? Question mark.
50 minutes.
50 minutes already? Make it an hour and a half. No balls.
What the fuck are we gonna talk about, big dog?
We could
Would
talk
you
about
like-
what
would
the
you like-
shortfalls of chaos and why
I was
the
about
chaos.
to say, would you like to see chaos come back? Or would
Uh,
you like to see, or would you like a dark ether-esque, like them travel into the dark ether and see
No.
what they?
Dark Ether, Nikolai leading. I would not want.
But
chaos.
Nikolai's dead though. What do you mean? He got shot in the back of the head. How is he
They
gonna
all
come
go
back?
to. Well, they don't disappear. They go to the dark ether.
Yeah.
They're just vanished from the ether.
I
They go
guess
into
you're
their
right.
own. They go into their own little.
I never really
multiverse.
understood the Tog ending. That really confused the fuck out of me, but it's fine. But
Well, the problem was that it was shutting it all down. All that corruption was being shut down because they were the ones that were keeping it afloat. They were the reason that it kept going. So when
Because they swallowed the blood
died, exactly. They sort of broke that chain.
Now, was the blood vials Sal and Finn's blood, or was that
Yes.
the original crew?
It was
Okay.
Sal and Finn's.
So, what, was it Universe 63 or something? Or
No,
something
so
like
the
that?
blood, so the blood and blood of the dead that was handed to them was the blood, so the blood vials that they had for, was from the blood from the Victus crew, which were entrapped.
Oh.
But the previous blood that's been like was blood was definitely from Mob of the Dead.
So the blood that they ate at the end of Revelations was the Mob of the Dead crew, and then the blood that Richtofen got at the beginning of Blood of the Dead was the Victus's blood.
Correct.
If I'm getting that right.
Yes. Very, 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 very true.
From what I understand, I could have definitely read into that incorrectly, but from what I understand, that's how that went. And that's why at the end of Blood, you see sort of Richtofen's final minutes. You know, he grabs the blood off him. He's like, oh, there's no need for a safety plan here. There's no need for you won't be needing these for what we're about to do.
Ugh.
So
Now,
reread
sorry.
the Canorium, learn all the shit, follow the plan. Auburn.
Now, the thing is if they really wanted to, or if they really thought ahead, they could have ended with Tag, and then it somehow, maybe tried to connect it into the Chaos. I heard some theories saying that maybe the Chaos could be the start of a new, kind of timeline with some sort of mumbo-jumbo. Because, Vapor Wisp, and now you're in fucking Rome and getting your head cut off. I heard some really nice thoughts about that and how they could have connected the two. Because if the multiverse exists, right, in this universe, then that means... No, that... I'm pretty sure... Didn't that universe or whatever just disappear? Not any of the others, per se?
right, but that... the zombies aren't created by 115 in the Chaos.
Maybe the Chaos story is just a different universe where the outcome may be the same, but the, I guess, leading up to is different.
They'd have to do a lot of backtracking. I don't know if they want to do that.
I don't think they would be able to. Not would be able to, but would have the time. Or
it'd be very difficult for them to backtrack like that. But if they had really thought ahead, when they first started planning BO4. That would have probably smoothed over a lot of the hard comings of, because obviously you got Classified, the 150 Easter egg. That's the dumbest shit I've ever fucking heard in my life, by the way.
Hey man, I did that shit.
You actually went to 150.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know how he does. I mean, we went to a classic game the other day and he downed twice before round 8. I don't even know how the fuck this man went to 150.
It happened, dog. It was back when I was playing BO4 regular.
The lore from Classified Blood of the Dead, that would have been a perfect starting point for BO4 instead of having the Chaos be kind of the forefront at the time.
I think Chaos was a mistake. They tried something. They didn't.
But like I said, Chaos could have worked had they just did it.
Had they have done it differently and put more time and effort into the storyline, yes, it could have worked. But with the effort they put into it and how poorly made it was, not on your life.
I need more points, dog.
Sucks to suck, doesn't it?
Yeah, it fucking does. I really do regret buying the Mozu though. Yeah. But I mean, they're my gripes with BO3 and BO4 are kind of small. They're not really they're just not my cup of tea. And I don't think they're good games.
It's understandable.
Compared
I can understand your point. I understand where you're coming from, but these whole witch hunts and burn them at the stake for enjoying something is
Well, I mean, when you think about it, Infinite Warfare Zombies really was kind of the Down syndrome redheaded stepchild of zombies.
I think you're talking about Advanced Warfare.
I said Infinite Warfare.
No.
Did I say Advanced Warfare? Fuck, dude. You know what I meant. Infinite Warfare.
You said Infinite Warfare.
No, I think you mean Advanced Warfare.
Nah, because Advanced Warfare wasn't that bad. Like,
Advanced Exo Zombies?
Exo Zombies was not that bad. If it didn't have the Exo movements and was just zombies, then it would have been fine.
You enjoyed that story.
I didn't really pay attention to the story. I just played the game, and that was it.
Exo Zombies is garbage.
Yet you're so.
I was just killing
the
with
story
zombies,
of Infinite
man.
Warfare. Your only gripe for Infinite Warfare is that it's too colorful and that the story was about movies. But you didn't even do the story on Advanced Warfare, and you're like, oh, praise this, praise that. I wish I could erase that.
I'm not even praising the game though. That's the thing. I'm not praising Advanced Warfare. I'm just saying it wasn't as bad as everyone said it was. But I still don't like it comparatively to Treyarch Zombies. I think Treyarch Zombies, when it first came out, set too high of a staple, I guess, or too high of a bar that I kind of gauge everything else to. If Treyarch Zombies didn't hit off as well as it did when it first came out.
So you can't keep an open mind when playing a new game without comparing it to something.
Like I said, I judge things based on what it's trying to, I guess, be. If it seems to be that Infinite Warfare and Advanced Warfare were trying to imitate the success that Treyarch had, and that's why I think it flopped for me. Like Extinction and Ghost, that was the closest thing to zombies that wasn't zombies that I actually enjoyed from a Call of Duty game. Because you have to think that's a pretty fucking cool idea. Hey, you got you got aliens, and you got driving back. Cool. I didn't really focus the story for that all that much either, but that was its own style of zombies, I guess you could say. I'm about to get trapped in here, boys. Oh.
I'm out of ammo.
Me as well. Pop in mine.
Hey, chill.
What just happened?
Did you just fucking pop? Oh, okay.
I think both of you just popped max ammo.
Whatever. I'll get more.
This is why you say, "Hey, I'm gonna pop it," instead of just popping it.
I literally said, "Cause I'm not even doing anything." Like, you could have at least let me take that. You know what? That was poor communication on my part. I'm sorry. That was my fault.
Fuck. I'm about to get my 2,000 kills probably really soon. How much does that cost to wall buy down there?
Alright, so we wrapping it up. Probably the end of it.
Sure, why not? Fuck it. I aired out my dirty laundry.
Alright.
I don't know. I guess I'm just really picky about my zombies games.
A lot of people are. Alright, that is going to wrap up our views, opinions on the zombies, Treyarch, which are the best, worst, all that jazz. This is going to be the first of hopefully many podcasts to come, all varying in genres, games, political topics, maybe not. Games, music, world events, stuff like that. If you have any suggestions, like if you want to see gameplay, if it's a video game, if you want to see all of our faces while we're doing the podcast, our facial expressions, webcams, stuff like that, let me know in the comments below. If you like more of this, and you want to see more, also let me know in the comments below. And that is going to be all, guys.